Our next guest, Steffany Barton, is a medium. We couldn't go through Halloween without having a medium here, so welcome. So I need to know a little bit about your background. How does one become a medium?
Well, I started out, my degree is in nursing, and so I worked as a nurse for a number of years. And nursing is a very honored and respected position, but there was experiences I had working in the hospital of seeing patients who weren't registered and taking care of people and having these really mystical and powerful experiences, and I realized I can help people in a different way than just giving medications and providing physical comfort. And so I left that job and I became a medium and have been doing professional readings for 10 years now.
10 years?
10
so
years.
You knew you had a gift. When
Yes.
did that little light bulb come on and you were like, I got this?
The moment really that things changed for me is when I lost my mom, and I felt so much pain, and there was such a separation between her physical life and then where I was in grief. And so I reached out and was able to connect with her spirit, and then I realized if I can have this kind of comfort, I want to share this with other people. I want other people to know that death isn't the end of life, that death is a physical change, but it's not an ending.
What is it like to give a reading? Do you sense it when someone's near you, when you touch them? What's the...
Well, that's a great question. I've seen snippets of the different shows on TV, and I've never run onto an airplane to stop someone from getting on a plane, and I've never stopped a murder in progress. It's a very ordinary life that I have, except that I talk to people on the other side. But as far as tuning into someone, I respect a person's privacy and a right to choose. So I don't give unsolicited readings, but when I'm communicating with the other side or when I'm tuning into a person who's a client, the information comes. I see the spirits and hear and sense information from them. So it's actually a very ordinary type of a conversation. It's just one of the people involved in the conversation happens to be a spirit.
Do certain people come through louder or clearer than others? Like,
oh my gosh.
They're in your head?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's kind of like being at a party. If you think about any group setting, you've got some people who are these wild Italian kind of people and loud and boisterous, and then you have other people who are very quiet and more the wallflower types, and even animals, because I communicate with animals on the other side too.
Now, we met earlier in the green room, briefly. I'll say about 20 seconds, but right away you were like, do you care if I do a reading? Because you were getting something from the other side. You were getting something from my grandma, right? My Grandma Mackie.
Absolutely, from her. Well, and it was interesting because she's kind of been hanging around for the past couple of days knowing that I would be on the show and wanting to make a connection for you. But one thing she was mentioning to me was horses, and I didn't understand, of course, what that was the context. And then I hear a few minutes ago that you had the fear of horses. But one thing she's saying is it's time to get up and ride and just go. And not be afraid. Fear? And get over your fears. Not just about horses, but really there's nothing in this world that you can't take on.
Oh.
And another thing from her is about leaving the church and leaving tradition. She says love is in your heart. It's not about a church, or it's not about something that's out there. It's about the feelings that you have in here.
Thanks, Grandma Mac. That's awesome.
She's got a connection with Ireland and St. Patrick's Day and luck and all that too. And she says luck is what you make.
Oh,
it's what you make of it.
That's so true. I'm surprised that she came through because she was always kind of low-key. She was one of my more low-key, you know, close relatives.
Her desire to let you know she supports you and that she loves you goes way beyond her shyness.
Oh.
Truly.
Now, you've got, if people want to contact you, you've got an event coming up. Let's talk about that.
I do. Well, I'll be at Unity Church of Overland Park in a big gallery reading. So I get up on the stage and I open myself up, and any and all spirits who want to communicate, I play the psychic matchmaker. So if I've got a guy named Steve on the other side, I'll take him over to his crew in the audience. And I love those because everyone gets something from it, even though they may not get a message. And then I do individual consultations too.
I am going to come see you for real. So thank you, my friend. Happy Halloween, and thanks for telling me about Grandma Mackie. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.